Welcome to F100Memphis.com. I'm Chad Pitt. We're backstage of the Glam Nation tour. It's Adam Lambert.
Hey.
So where exactly are we right now?
We're backstage in an office, in a dressing room turned office.
We're in the.
It's really glamorous. Let me
Look
tell
at
you.
this. He's even got his own. What is it, like thermos?
There's a tea in there.
It's the Adam Lambert thermos.
This isn't my dressing room. This is a dressing room at the venue turned into an office.
I was in your dressing room waiting for you.
Oh, you were?
I tried on some of your stuff.
How did it fit?
It was good.
It was good.
I was hoping you
like
could glam me up before the interview, but
maybe some glitter on the way out.
A little bit of
maybe a little
smoky eyes.
Maybe a smoky eye. Yeah,
okay.
maybe it could work.
Good times. Okay. Yeah. Before we start talking about the tour, can I ask you about some Idol stuff?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's talk about the Idol shakeup.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on this season. I mean, you got Harrah out. You got Ellen gone. You got Randy sticking around, Steven Tyler, Jennifer Lopez, not Jennifer Lopez, Shania Twain, not Shania Twain, Jennifer Lopez.
It's a good idea that they're trying to put in artists that have been successful. I think that's a really good addition to the judging panel because they can provide insight based on their experience. You know? So Steven Tyler is awesome. Giving rock cred up there, I think that'll be incredible.
Of course.
I wish he had been on my season. Steven Tyler.
I'm sure he. Yeah.
I even sang an Aerosmith song. You know, I would have been like, "What do you think? What do you think? You like it? Was it good?" But I think it's I think it's time for change. I think that's necessary. I think it'll freshen the show up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that we were watching last season, and I was at the finale last season. Don't get me wrong, fantastic season. I still think the best season was you and Chris. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting next to me. I'm just I say that.
It was exciting. It was exciting. We had a very diverse group of people. I think.
And because each week you would do something different with the song, and you never knew what you were going to do. And
yeah.
I think that's what the exciting part was. Like, all right, what's he going to do this week?
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that maybe the fresh cast and judges will freshen it up.
Yeah, and I think I'm looking forward to their contestants this year. Maybe they'll go out on a limb a little bit more.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, because last year when you were the celebrity mentor,
yeah,
and you got to talk to a lot of these
guys.
I
mean, everybody was super talented and really down to earth, really cool. I think that the talent was great. I think that probably the main complaint that I had was they were all kind of the same type.
Right.
More or less.
Of course.
They were all kind of that singer-songwriter type. They would all probably make a similar album.
Nobody really broke the mold, and I think I think the last word to break the mold, and I mean, again, not saying this because you're sitting next to me, is you would take songs, you would do them differently. So we didn't really see that this past season.
Yeah.
So hopefully this next season.
Taking some risks. And also, I think the thing that's so funny about Idol is that, especially last season, if you look at what's playing on Top 40 radio, like what's popular, that was hardly reflected at all.
Of course.
On Idol. And that's the thing that I think is a little bit funny about it, is that I feel like you should try to find some people that maybe could be a pop star. I mean, that's what people are buying. That's the music industry as a commerce. That's what is happening. Vocals should be first and foremost, and musicianship should be first and foremost, but let's talk about what people want to hear.
Let's talk about it.
Come on!
God! Okay, that's out of the way. Let's talk Glam Nation. I had to ask the question because obviously being on the show, I wanted to get your insight. Glam Nation, what's the most glamorous thing about the Glam Nation tour? And you can't say yourself.
I think my audience. They put like rhinestones on and glitter and like gloves, and they get all dressed up.
I think there's people waiting for the show out there already waiting in line, and I mean, from what we saw, you're in for a show. You're in for a show.
Yeah,
they're not in for a
show.
No,
I often check out everybody in the audience. It definitely keeps me kind of interested in what's going on. I think that the audience kind of charges us. There's this exchange that happens, and if the audience is really rambunctious and over the top, it excites me and makes me want to get crazier. And, I think it's exciting to have an audience that's getting dressed up for you and that wants to get that involved in their experience.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of costumes out here. I don't know if they were yours or not.
I don't know which ones are out there.
What's your favorite costume that you wear during the show?
I love my hat.
Yeah.
I love the top hat that I come out in the very top of the show. It's like a black top hat with a big red A on it.
Okay.
And that was actually inspired by the Scarlet Letter.
And
now there's this movie coming out, what is it?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The A thing, and it's also based on the Scarlet Letter as like a symbol. And it's funny, it's like one of those things where it's in the collective subconscious. Two people probably have the idea at the same time. Let's get back to that Scarlet A
thing.
Although hers is a little bit more why Hester Prynne gets the A. It's this Slutty Slutterson thing.
If you're not familiar with it, read the book.
Yeah.
There.
Nathaniel Hawthorne, right?
I don't read.
Hawthorne. I think it's Hawthorne.
If it's not on tape, I don't care. Seriously, I don't give a crap.
But I put the A on there as obviously my initial, Adam, but also to kind of take the idea of why they put the A on her, which was that she was a sinner.
Right.
And kind of almost like poking fun at the idea that some people in this nation,
oh yes,
this glam nation, may look at me and say, he's a sinner, so I just slap that A on myself.
Welcome to Mississippi, by the way.
Hey!
Hey!
But you know what? That's the coolest thing too. Is that I have friends back home in LA who are like, "You're going to the South?
Yeah, you're not gonna come back."
And I said, you know what? The people that are buying tickets to my show know who I am as an artist, and they're really excited to be there. So it actually doesn't matter where we go.
Actually, I was saying this before we started rolling. Is that he is sold out in every single city thus far that he's gone to. Even tonight, he's sold out at Harrah Tunica.
Yeah.
So that's huge. I mean, that speaks volumes on who you are as an artist.
And I think it's nice because it kind of proves wrong the generalizations and the cliches we have about certain parts of our country.
Of course.
I think there are pockets of liberal, open-minded people everywhere. And so I'm happy to have some of them in my audience.
Politics with Adam Lambert. There it is. Okay, while on tour, the one thing that I need is blank. Fill in the blank.
What's the one thing I need is my iPod. My iPhone iPod thing. I mean, it's like that. I'm like glued to that thing. I can listen to music.
What was the last song? What's the last song you listened to?
I just downloaded. Someone sent me like an advanced pre-bootleg copy of the new Rihanna song.
Oh, Only Girl?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Because it's not on iTunes.
I got it too. I downloaded it.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah,
really
it'll make you do this.
Yeah, it's definitely a dancer. I was like.
That's Raise the Roof. So.
That's what they call
Raise the Roof. So last question. But ever since leaving American Idol, what's one of the coolest things? Actually, what is the coolest thing that you've got to do?
Coolest thing I've gotten to do since American Idol? I've gotten to do a lot of cool things. I'm trying to think of the coolest.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's a lot of things.
What's
the first thing that comes to your mind when you think the coolest thing I've done since leaving the show? Besides going on tour and selling out every single city I've been in.
Going back on the show and being a mentor was a trip.
Pretty big deal.
That was pretty trippy, yeah, to be asked back. Traveling around the world's been pretty cool. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, you're about to go overseas again, right?
Yeah, and now I'm about to take the tour overseas. But I did like a promo tour, they call it, which just showed up, did interviews, made my presence known, did a couple acoustic unplugged performances throughout Europe. It was a blast. It was amazing. I met amazing people, got to see amazing things.
Good stuff.
Worked my butt off. I was exhausted, but it was worth it.
There you go. Yeah. And finally, tell us about the organizations you're involved with.
It's there's a charity that I promote called DonorsChoose.org, and basically it's tax-deductible donation charity, and what you can do is you go on this website, and teachers from public schools post projects that they need funding for.
Right.
And they're really specific about it. You know, if it's a music class that needs a set of 30 headphones, they'll tell you that that's exactly what they need funding for.
Yeah.
So when you make your donation, you know exactly where your money's going. And then the teachers also post like a follow-up report based on their
So you actually see your donation at work.
Yeah, you see exactly, and you see like photos of the kids like enjoying and learning and experiencing what you're helping to fund.
Cool.
And so I focus on the arts programs. If you go to DonorsChoose.org and search my name, I have like my own page on there kind of promoting arts in public schools.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for talking.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Well, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
The big show. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Yeah.
My brother from another mother, Adam Lambert at the Glam Nation Tour. Thanks for watching at 100Memphis.com. See ya.